I'm going to say I did not go to college to get the proper certification to be a journalist.
Man, ain't nobody going to college for no. Let me tell you something. If you go to college to be a journalist, you are a sucker.
Damn, dude, you wait a minute now. You can't be out here calling people who suckers who actually went and got their degree in this. Now,
you
don't
are
do
a
that.
Sucker.
Don't be disrespectful.
That's the truth.
You gonna mess around and get your ass whooped. That's what's gonna happen.
Hey, look, one ass whoop ain't the only one out there. That didn't make much sense as I wanted to say it. That didn't sound like I wanted to say.
I'm gonna let y'all sit.
I was trying to say the Lord didn't make one ass whooping, but yeah.
Think about it.
Texas social media censorship
Is
law
that a
goes.
riddle?
Huh?
Were you trying to be a riddler?
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Texas social media censorship law goes into effect after federal court lifts block. At least in Texas, this is a good thing. It ain't gonna happen here in Washington. Definitely ain't gonna happen in Cali.
Ain't gonna happen nowhere on the West Coast.
Nah. So the ruling Friday from the 5th U.S. Circuit Court on Appeals likely means the case, which could have wide implications for online speech, will go before the U.S. Supreme Court again. A Texas law prohibiting social media companies from banning users' posts based on their political viewpoints will go into effect after the federal appeals court on Friday lifted a block placed on the statute. NetChoice and the Computer and Communications Industry Association sued Texas after the law, known as House Bill 20, was passed last year, arguing that the internet companies have First Amendment right to curate content posted on their platforms and decide which type of speech they saw fit to be here. I got a question. I talked about this earlier. Is internet a utility now? Is the internet like you need the internet for information? Is it comparable to electricity?
Don't talk about utilities. I think about bills.
Is the internet not a bill?
It's a bill.
Exactly. So is the internet comparable to electricity, water?
A need?
Yes. Phone. You need internet. I think it's a utility. You need it. That's why they give it to you.
Yes, you need internet, but are we saying you need it in a way?
I'm going to get to that. So that means, do you need social media?
I don't need social media.
What? You use social media?
Yes, I do.
So you need it?
No, I don't need it. I can stop
using it. So
using
you're telling me right now, YouTube
could go.
You didn't have YouTube right now. What would you do?
Meditate in prayer.
No, what would you get your information? YouTube, Twitter.
I get my prayer.
Instagram,
the spirit.
TikTok, Facebook. They got rid of all of it.
Information from the spirit.
They got rid of all of it. Where would you get your information from? I'm serious. I'm serious. You need social media.
So I just get it from you. You stay on there all the time.
I don't stay on it all the time. But should it now be a situation where these social media companies cannot ban you? They can't ban you.
I think some stuff. So you're saying nothing should be banned? It should be free speech?
Look, I know we're going with this.
Okay, so explicit things should be put out on the internet.
No. Crimes should not be able to be posted. If it's a crime,
what is considered a crime?
Committing a crime. Anything that breaks the law.
So showing explicit stuff that's a crime?
I said that stuff that's a crime.
So being explicit on the internet.
Well, you say explicit, what you mean?
You know what I'm talking about. Showing ass and stuff on the internet.
No, it's not a crime.
Just scroll through it.
Maybe put they have settings on the social media where you can not see that stuff. Explicit content. You can literally hit the button and it won't show. That's why you'll see.
I know you can. But I didn't. Well, I think it. Yeah, you're right.
If you do on all platforms.
Okay. So that solves that problem.
That solves that problem. Now, if you see that stuff, you want to see it. Let's be real. Sometimes, stuff slip through. You got to get up out of there, but stuff, especially on Twitter. Let me say this about Twitter.
That's why I do not go on Twitter.
Twitter, you can have this stuff blocked, and they'll still find a way to.
I do not.
People will find a way to slip it through. So I will be honest about that. I call for a boycott, and I'm a black man that loved the bunnies that would never act like the homies.
Who, George?
Act like the homies. So act like a man. Oh, George, I see what you're doing there. So yeah, I believe you shouldn't be banned from social media. Pentagon opens sweeping review of clandestine psychological operations. Complaints about U.S. military influence operations using Facebook and Twitter have raised concern in the White House and federal agencies.
I thought we talked about this last week.
No. We talked about a story like this last week when the Twitter person came out and admitted that the CIA, a person who was a part of the China, a Chinese spy
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
part of
yeah.
Twitter. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The last month, these social media companies have been admitting to you, look, man, we are controlled by the CIA,
They're-
FBI, and companies in other countries. They've been saying it for a reason.
They're just slowly.
I think social media is dying, and they're about to move forward with something new. I think they wanted it to be the metaverse, but
You gonna go in the metaverse?
Huh?
You gonna go in the
No.
metaverse? How you gonna get your information?
There's other social media platforms. My point is, they're not going to be they're trying to make these other platforms not as big because Facebook is falling. Like, what's his name? The dude who runs Facebook just lost a chunk of money because Facebook is starting to fall down a little bit. The Pentagon has ordered a sweeping audit of how it conducts clandestine information warfare after major social media companies identified and took offline fake accounts suspected of being run by U.S. military in violation of the platform's rules. So why would a U.S. military need to control a profile account on Facebook and Twitter? Propaganda. The Undersecretary of Defense for Policy last week instructed the military commands that engage in psychological operations online to provide a full accounting of their activities by next month after the White House and some federal agencies expressed mounting concern over the Defense Department's attempted manipulation of audiences overseas, according to several Defense Administration officials familiar with the matter. The takedowns in recent years by Twitter and Facebook of more than 150 bogus personas on media sites created in the United States was disclosed last month by internet researchers in the Stanford Internet Observatory. While the researchers did not attribute the sham accounts to the U.S. military, two officials familiar with the matter said the U.S. Central Command is among those whose activities are facing scrutiny. Like others interviewed for this report, they spoke on a condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive military operations. So that means if they was doing it overseas, they was doing it here. So how many of these counts? How many of these counts are military, Pentagon operated, pushing forth all type of propaganda to get you to think a certain way? How about they want you to think about Russia a certain way, Ukraine, NATO? They controlling how you think when you listen to them
Trump,
blindly.
run.
Huh?
Nothing.
Huh?
It was something that popped up on the screen.
Oh yeah, Trump. FBI whistleblower shows how the agency is letting child predators off the hook to target Republicans. The House Judiciary GOP has released a letter indicating damning FBI policies that are putting children at risk in order to destroy the civil liberties of the Biden regime's opposition. New whistleblower disclosed indicated the FBI's Washington field offices handling of domestic violent extremism investigation relating to January 6 diverged from established practice in a way to overstate the national domestic violent extremism threat. One whistleblower has described how cases of ordinarily characterized by and labeled by the originating field office, with leads cut to other fields offices for specific assistance in geographical location. The whistleblower alleged the FBI has not followed regular procedure with respect to January 6 cases. It continues. Making matters even worse, the FBI is drawing resources away from bringing child predators to justice in order to target Biden's political opposition and launch a domestic war on terror against American patriots.
Oh, I believe it.
So they're taking money away from investigating. Now, remember, didn't just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, they said they found a sex trafficking ring?
That was like 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago, the FBI, they found when they busted in Mar-a-Lago, and they released the story right behind it,
saying that they had
100 or something arrested, 107. No,
they found 100 something missing
children. Yeah.
Children.
And you go, oh,
how do you just find 100 something missing children? But
right after that story. So now they're saying they're taking money away from the investigating of these rings to go after the January 6 people,
which is it's so stupid. This insurrection shit is so stupid.
So crazy, bro. British pound plunges, bonds sink after government announces tax cuts. Sterling dropped as low as $1,084 after a program in tax cuts was unveiled in the House of Commons. The pound has been a precipitous fall against greenbacks this year, hitting levels this morning not seen since 1985. Man, it was 1984. So, Europe energy prices are going up. The pound is falling. It's getting bad out here.
It's going to be a cold winter.
It's been a long. Let me see if we're going to. It was rolling good for a little while. It was loading, as you can see. Now it's starting to slow down a little bit. I've been watching the Designated Survivor lately with
Ooh, we watched that.
Sutherland, the virus, Russia, and Ukraine conflicts, also featured by Malik Yoruba, saves the day. Then gets killed off in season 1. Yeah, it's funny you brought that up. We talked about that before. So Designated Survivor.
He was the captain, and they made the Asian chick on there, the
fighter,
the Mary Sue.
They made her. She was this great fight.
She was not. She was just like a regular smuggler detective.
She was like 5'5", 110 pounds,
whooping ass,
and she beating everybody up. And it's just like.
And what was really interesting,
and then the black dude,
huh?
She brought up how they killed Malik Yoruba. It's like he was an actual agent on the field, and they made him useless
and made her the lead agent eventually.
And they killed him.
They put her at the same level as Europe's top.
His top official. His top.
He was
officer.
like her. Was he a spy or something?
No, he was FBI. I think he was an FBI.
He was
CIA
top
agent.
tier over there, and they put her on the same level as him.
And then she ended up forming this bond with the president, becoming his secret spy, and she got to go underground.
That was a Mary Sue
But
character.
I know what you mean about the Ukraine thing, how the White House was blown up. There's a lot of stuff that happened in that show. Same thing with
our favorite House of Cards.
House of Cards. House of Cards looked like it is literally just made from real life. If you watch House of Cards, it reminded me so much of the Trump administration. It was crazy.
And the daughter, and it wasn't his daughter would be the wife to me.
Yeah.
In House of Cards, Ivanka. Or what's her name? I forget her Jewish name every time. What's her name?
I forgot her name too. I get to it. Banks dust off lockdown plans. Yael Kushner. Yael, yeah. Banks dust off lockdown plans to beat possible power blackouts in London. There's gonna be rolling blackouts in London. That happens in Africa, don't it?
You know, they said that, I don't know if it was last year or the year prior, they was expecting for there to be a month, 2 or 3 months of black outage in the United States.
And it didn't happen.
It did not happen. Thank God it didn't happen.
Yeah. Blackout. We saw what happened in New York when the power went out for that while. And they said it was wild in New York. People were stealing and committing all type of crime. People automatically go into panic mode when what they expect to happen can't happen. They flip that light switch and it don't come on. They get scared.
That's why niggas can't go to Africa.
This is why every time there's a threat of a storm, people go straight to the store and buy all the damn bread and eggs. And the milk and eggs, I'm sorry. Milk, bread, and eggs. I don't get it. Why do you feel the need to buy all the damn bread, eggs, and milk?
Starch, protein.
But you can buy other stuff. You don't need those 3.
Well, those 3 are the most important.
What you gonna do with the eggs if you ain't got no power?
I got a little stove back there. All I gotta do is put the propane in it.
You trying to slide it in like he's a survivalist.
So I can cook eggs.
You try to slide it in, y'all. Oh, I can survive. I got a mobile stove. Yeah, okay. You gonna fry eggs? Somebody gonna say,
yeah, let them come in here,
and they gonna come see you.
Y'all.
Oh, you supposed to be getting it. We gonna have that thing on them. Kablow! All right.
I just wanted to smell it.
You ain't smelling nothing.
Well, you smelled it.
Then you dealt it.
Then put the damn corpse outside the door. Let them know what happened.
Damn.
That's what world we gonna be living in. We got to go back to medievals. They used to have their asses on sticks, and you come here, you get fucked up.
Scarecrows. Turn them into scarecrows. Damn.
This is what happens when you smell eggs.